Tonight, the spotlight is firmly on the UK's teaching profession.
Yes, 20 years since these awards were launched, we celebrate the very best teachers and schools from all over the UK.
Welcome to Britain's Classroom Heroes 2018.
It's wonderful to be celebrating such an important profession.
They don't really get a lot of recognition for the work that they do.
I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for the teaching profession.
Coming to somewhere like this, teachers get a chance to sit down and actually see the value of what they are doing.
This is a chance to say thank you through the winners to every school and every teacher in the country. The future of our country is in your hands every day, and all of us hugely appreciate what you do.
Good evening and a very warm welcome to Britain's Classroom Heroes. Now, tonight marks the 20th anniversary of the Pearson Teaching Awards, and we're going to put the teaching profession where it belongs, centre stage, and celebrate those individuals who go that extra mile to help all our children become the best version of themselves. From teachers to classroom assistants to further education lecturers, we've got all bases covered, and you really are the backbone of society. Now, I am delighted to be your host this evening, together with my friend and Countryfile colleague, Sean Fletcher, who's already mingling with the nominees. I almost didn't recognise you, not with your willies on there, Sean.
That's right, quite a change to be, well, not to be in a muddy field at this time of year, doing Countryfile together. Now, I'm sure all of us have memories of a favourite teacher. They can, well, make such a big impact on a child's life, can't they? Everyone here tonight has, in their own way, inspired the nation's children and continue to do so on a daily basis. Our panel of judges, many of them previous winners, have travelled the length and breadth of the country to find tonight's winners. Not an easy task, as the standard in each category is extremely high. I'll be chatting with some of the evening's winners a little later in the show.
Yes, we'll be back with Sean throughout the evening. And in the meantime, a big thank you to all of this year's nominees for the work you do each and every day. So, it's time to present the first award in this 20th anniversary year. The Head Teacher of the Year in a secondary school is always a hotly contested category, and this year is no different. So, to announce the name of the winner, someone who knew from a very early age that she wanted to start her own business. With a dogged determination, she went on to become one of the most successful businesswomen in the country. She also just so happens to be the mother of dragons. Please welcome Deborah Meaden. Welcome, Deborah. Now, you are an absolute powerhouse of a woman. I'm just intrigued what you were like as a student.
Oh, lovely.
And if you were running a school, what would your objective be?
Oh, I think creating good people. You know, if the world ever needs anything right now, it's good people, it's well-rounded people. It's, you know, we've all got our different strengths and our different skills, but we need good world citizens.
Absolutely, we do. So if you could announce the winner.
So, the winner is... I've always wanted to do this, and I'm doing it. The winner is Leanne Griffiths.
Morning, morning.
Since she was appointed principal in 2013, Leanne Griffiths has overseen the turnaround of the Morley Academy in Leeds, which last year achieved some of the highest GCSE results in the UK.
Leanne is a very dynamic leader. She's very passionate. She operates at an incredible speed that's absolutely infectious.
Oh my goodness, wow.
She genuinely really does care about all of us.
I love it, I absolutely love it. So
Seeing a female leader running a school is really inspirational for me.
Mrs Griffiths is passionate about breaking the link between poverty and underperformance.
Good morning, sir.
One of her many successes at the school has been closing the academic gap between those from advantaged and disadvantaged backgrounds.
We set about really personalising our learning, ensuring that we know every single child's strengths and areas for development to a very high standard so that we understand specifically how to make those gains in learning.
Leanne worked really carefully to close that gap and to look at how we could really improve the literacy of all of our students, in particular those from a disadvantaged background.
I think she brings a tough love, that ability to be very compassionate and very caring, but at the same time to be able to bring a real rigour and a determination and integrity to our work. That's what Leanne brings.
She would never just sit in an office and do her job from kind of an office. She's very present. Her standards are incredibly high. I will not apologise for those standards being really, really high.
The school does well academically, but it's not just about the results, because they drill it into us that sport is important as well. They encourage extracurricular activities, so a lot of us do participate in them, and it does help us a lot with our schoolwork.
I want to know it all. I want to know what's going on in every classroom, on the sports field, on the rowing machines and in drama.
Of course I love you, even when I've hated you.
And I want to help and support everybody in identifying the things that are going to make the biggest impact.
To be able to leave with a strong qualification set and a strong skill set, so that any point in your future...
We really passionately believe in the gift of choice. It's something that I talk to them about all the time. The gift of choice is my catchphrase for my hope and belief for our young people. To acquire a fantastic skill set and a fantastic qualifications base that means that at any point they are able to make an active, informed decision about their life when they're older, and that they're able to achieve, ultimately, happiness.
She is somebody who is a pleasure to work with each day. She is always going to be challenging. She's always going to have great depth about her, but she's also great fun too.
Leanne, how do you feel?
I don't think head teachers are supposed to be speechless. But right now, I think it's a very surreal experience. I can't believe that I'm stood here in front of all of these incredible people. Thank you so much to everybody who supported me, the incredible team at the Morley Academy. They're breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking, as is the Girls Academies Trust, and Sir John, who you saw on the screen there. His belief and his avid determination to change the deal for young people is just sensational, and it's just an absolute honour to be a part of it.
Well, Leanne, this is a well-deserved award. How truly inspiring. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, starting out in any profession is always challenging, but for me, the thought of standing in front of a class full of children, or teachers for that matter, is simply terrifying. So to present the award for Outstanding New Teacher, two actors who starred in the hugely popular drama Poldark. Please welcome Heather Reid, aka Elizabeth Warlegan, and Christian Brassington, who plays the odious Reverend Osborne Whitworth.
It's nice to see you.
Good to see you. Lovely to have you both here. Now, Christian, being here tonight is quite personal for you, isn't it?
It is, yeah. My dad was my drama teacher for a few years, and he hated me calling him sir as much as I hated having to do it. But my mum was a teacher for 27 years of children with special needs, and she still works in education. So I've seen behind the scenes, if you like, of being a teacher, and it's obviously a hugely rewarding profession, but it sometimes can cost something as well. So I think you're all heroes.
Oh,
yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful, quite right. Now, Heather, you came to Britain. You're from Iceland originally, but you came here for an education.
I did. I trained here at drama school, and I can safely say I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't done that training.
Well, it's wonderful to have you both here. If you could announce the awards.
Thanks.
The Outstanding New Teacher of the Year is Cynthia Imbriano, Greenridge Primary Academy, Aylesbury.
I love this teacher because she's like just the best.
Cinzia Imbriano qualified as a teacher in 2017 and that September started working at Greenridge Primary Academy, a brand new school opening in Aylesbury, Buckinghamshire.
Last year we had 4 classrooms in quite a small temporary building.
Miss Imbriano had quite a challenging first year for any teacher that starts, but she had a mixed class of children to begin with. Just 5 children in year 1 and about 23 children who were in year 2. And something she very quickly had to do was to bond with those children. So she had to work extremely hard to bring everyone on board, children and the parents as well.
I think the attractions of being a brand new teacher in a brand new school are that you're there at the beginning, so you really get a chance to build the way that you want your children to be for the rest of their school lives. Right, stop there. What else might you smell in the tunnel? What will we say?
She lets us have fun in lessons while learning.
Investigating, being curious, using your imagination.
She grows my brain lots and she helps us to get better at learning and be really clever.
With the sheet, and then you can write down what they say, OK? So make sure you're listening.
She makes lessons really fun and really exciting.
Have a look. Is it wavy or is it a calm water? For me, the learning has to be real for them. What do they sound like? If you give them a puzzle, if you give them it in a different way, then you can still give them an enjoyment from what they're doing. Got it, Vincent? What was the answer? 4! Right, let's put 4 in. Yeah!
She does everything she can to make them progress the way that they can. There's no rush for it, and she's just best teacher ever, basically.
Well, she's nice and polite, and she knows our names very well, and I would never forget the good days that we had with her.
What could you write as a story about? Look, you were the writer today. You're such a fantastic writer, aren't you?
She's always kind, and her outfits are very nice. She's like the best teacher in the world.
There's moments where I see them supporting each other, being independent learners and accessing things themselves, and almost to the point, dare I say it, that I become redundant in the classroom, and that they're so invested in what they're doing with themselves and supporting each other and having a go, that's that moment where I go, OK, I know I've done them right this year. I definitely enjoy my job. Every day is just the most exciting day. You never know what's going to happen, and I love that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
Oh, I just can't believe it. I don't understand why it's me.
You have only been in the profession for a year. Where do you get your ideas from?
Just mainly from the kids. I mean, I just like to let them lead the learning, really. And they're just amazing. This is for them.
Congratulations. Have a wonderful
much.
evening. Cynthia.
Now, every year we like to surprise 1 or 2 unsuspecting winners by presenting them with their award on home turf. The recipient of this next award has been described as enthusiastic, inspirational and with the highest expectations. So we sent 80s pop sensation and recent celebrity MasterChef contestant Carol Decker on a trip back to her childhood home of Nuneaton to surprise this year's Teacher of the Year in a secondary school.
So I'm back in my old stomping ground of Nuneaton, Warwickshire, and I'm here to surprise the Teacher of the Year in a secondary school. I've been told she's a big fan of 80s music, so she clearly has great taste. But let's go inside and see what else makes her so special. Romaine Charles is the subject leader for Social Sciences and Modern Ethics here at Higham Lane School in Nuneaton, Warwickshire.
She's very kind, she's energetic and always cares for her students.
I've heard very good things, good reports about you recently. Yeah.
She's fun, enthusiastic, always gets along with everyone, always smiling.
Very enthusiastic teacher. I want to be the person that makes a student feel happy to get up and think, yes, I want to go to school today. I know what I want to do with my life and I know that there is somebody there who is able to help me achieve that. It's different to the conventional forms, OK? So it's not using written communication.
Romaine is a 1 in a million teacher. She really has incredibly high expectations of our young people.
And I think the thing that really inspires me as head teacher is they want to please her. They never want to let her down.
Like, she just makes lessons really interactive and fun, even though it's work related, because the subject's really interesting. She makes it interesting.
Oh, she's on the ball, isn't she? Yeah.
She's always looking at the ways to make things even better, to improve processes within the school and the way we do things. So I just think she is a very, very special colleague and a wonderful member of our profession.
Miss Brett, thank you, you're a superstar.
You know, when you're having a bad day, she's just the right person to talk to. She's always really empathetic, and you know that she'll cheer you up.
In year 11, she'd always say, OK, at lunchtime, come to me and I'll help you out with these exam questions. That would take a long time to do, but she'd just help me no matter what.
She'll take time out of her day to talk to you. Even if she doesn't know the person, if they're upset, she'll try and help them. So she's, like, amazing.
At the start, I wasn't the most well-behaved student, but she helped me, like, get my concentration back, and I wouldn't have got the GCSEs I did if it wasn't for Miss Charles.
My aim for my students is that every single student leaves every day feeling happy that they have achieved something, and to know that they are incredible human beings, that regardless of what grade they're working at or, you know, which subjects they excel in, there is something about every single one of them that is amazing. Boys, have you managed to get yours down in your book?
Hello.
Hiya.
Hi, everybody. I'm looking for Romaine Charles. I'm Carol Decker from Tapau. I've got a little surprise for you. You have won the Gold Award for an Outstanding Teacher of the Year in a secondary school. You should be very proud. She's amazing. A good teacher can set you on the right path for life, and you're very, very lucky. Well done, Romaine. Congratulations.
That's really nice. For once, I'm actually speechless, which everyone will be surprised by.
And here is Romaine Charles. Huge congratulations to you. You still seem a little bit emotional.
And even though I knew that they'd come out.
The judges had some amazing words for you. I'm going to read some of them out. This is what one judge said. The lesson I saw was without doubt one of the best lessons I have seen on my Teaching Awards visits. Now that is praise indeed, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, how does it make you feel when you hear that sort of stuff?
Just fantastic, makes everything seem worth it, but also, you know, this is an award for everyone that I work with, but more importantly than that, for those students. You only get a good lesson when you've got fantastic students, so it's a massive thank you to them.
Congratulations to you. I think a round of applause while I give the award out. It's heavy. Oh, well done.
Huge congratulations, Romaine. Now we turn our attention to excellence in special needs education. Now there's so much amazing work going on in this area all around the country. We thought we'd invite someone from an iconic television series to present it. Blue Peter has just celebrated its 60th anniversary and was recently voted most popular children's programme of all time. Of course it was. So please welcome former Blue Peter presenter Barney Harwood. Now, Ronnie,
Yes.
you have had one of the most coveted TV presenting jobs probably in the world.
I have, yes.
But did you ever get a Blue Peter badge as a kid? Because I did.
I applied for one when I was a kid, but I never got it. I had to wait 30 years before I got mine. And I had to perform in a ballet to actually get it, unfortunately. But, yeah, unfortunately for the audience, not for me. I loved it.
And what does it mean for you to be presenting at these awards?
There are two teachers of mine that made a profound effect, not just on my life. And it's only when I've got a bit older I've realised what they did for me. But Mr. Williams and Mr. Eade, one was a guitar teacher outside of school, and the other one was kind of in charge of drama. And they gave me this love of performing, which absolutely means I'm here today.
Good, and we're delighted you are. If you could make the announcement.
Sure. The award for excellence in special needs education goes to Marie Watson, Royal School for the Deaf, Derby.
With 120 pupils, Royal School for the Deaf in Derby is a non-maintained residential special school for ages 3 to 19 with a nationwide catchment area.
I really enjoy it here. I have so many friends here within the school. It's fantastic. All my friends are here. I have so many friends. It's great.
Happy children are a sign of good teaching, and one of the school's linchpins is English teacher and British Sign Language lead, Marie Watson.
Marie came to school when she was 3 years old. I taught her myself when she was about 15. She was always going to achieve, and she had aspirations to do so, and she's achieving them.
I wanted to make a difference. I was lucky to have so many good role models, both deaf and hearing teachers, who encouraged me and gave me the impetus to train at university. It was a long, slow process, but I did it. And now I'm here, teaching, doing what I love.
She's an absolute inspiration to the school, and she shows that deaf children can achieve.
She's amazing, because as a deaf person herself, she has this very positive, can-do attitude. And as a school teacher, I look up to her. I want to be just like her.
At our school, all the children are profoundly deaf, but many have got an additional need as well. We'll have very small classes, but within that class, you've got to be able to differentiate really fully for their needs.
She creates her own teaching resources which match the needs of the lesson plans. It's not something you can just pluck off the shelf or take off the internet. She creates her own, and that's what makes her really special.
As well as being a hard-working and inspirational teacher, Marie also runs numerous clubs and a weekly online news programme, which shares news about the school with parents, pupils, and the wider community.
She helps me because, well, to give you an example, I really want to learn more about the performing arts. She's given me this very positive, can-do attitude. She's given me the language that I need. She empowers me and makes me strong.
I love my life.
And that sense of empowerment is something Marie also brings to the school choir.
Being part of the choir gives the students a lot of confidence because they're out and about, they're having to perform to a hearing audience using sign language, their first language. It gives them a connection to the music. It can be very emotional sometimes.
She's very supportive.
She is challenging.
She's lovely.
She gives me power.
I hope to be here forever and ever because there are so many more children I want to help guide and nurture.
Marie, you were a pupil at the school first. What makes it such a special place?
Well, the school is basically like one community. All the children are sign language users with varying needs. They've got their own language. They're confident in being themselves. There are no barriers. They can just flourish.
And what do you think your pupils will make of you winning this award?
I think they'll be so proud of me and so excited for me as well. And same, I am so proud of them, to watch them develop and flourish. And I just want to say some thank yous as well to the person who nominated me, and to say thank you to all my friends, the head teacher that's come along, and my family. A whole crowd of us have come along today, and I just want to applaud you all. Lovely, lovely place, and like it said, I hope I'm there forever. I do mean that.
And I'm sure the pupils hope the same as well. Marie, congratulations. Have a wonderful evening.
Now, cast your mind back 20 years. France won the Football World Cup. No change there then. The very first euro coin was minted. Google was officially launched. And the people of the world were obsessed with the Millennium Bug. It was also the year that Lord Putnam was tasked by the then Secretary of State for Education, David Blunkett, with giving the teaching profession the recognition it deserved. As a result, Lord Putnam established these teaching awards to celebrate the outstanding achievements of some of the country's most deserving people.
Your hosts, Gabby Roslin and Stephen Fry.
I come from the movie industry and I know very well that the one thing that gets people focused and energised once a year and gets the press and publicity generated is the Oscars. So it wasn't a big stretch to think, how do we shine a light on it?
From the very beginning, the Teaching Awards established that tradition, with star names handing out the awards.
Helen Mirren.
Liam Neeson.
There was an amazing atmosphere afterwards. It was sort of, why on earth did it take us so long to do this? You know, why didn't we do this before? What's not to like?
Teaching is one of these jobs which is thought by many, many people to be ordinary. It's the least ordinary and the most important job in the world. This is how the next generation are going to find their inspiration and their knowledge and their understanding. It's through the people who teach in their schools.
Here it is. It's essential that we find a way of celebrating teaching teachers on a minimum an annual basis.
If you haven't done it, you can have no conception how brave it is to stand up in front of a class of children and do your thing. They are to some extent the heroes, unsung heroes. And the great thing about the Teacher Awards is that we're singing it, and singing it loud and clear.
Now, in this special anniversary year, the Teaching Awards decided to include a new category that didn't just focus on the work of an individual, but that of an entire school. The School of the Year Making a Difference Award looks at how schools go that extra mile to ensure that every single pupil is valued and is encouraged to reach their full potential. That doesn't just impact them or the pupil, but the entire community, as you well know. The standard was so high that judges didn't know how to call it. So they've decided to present 2 awards, one for the Primary School of the Year and one for the secondary. So to present the award for the Primary School of the Year, someone who's been passionate about education throughout his varied career. And when I say varied, I really mean varied. He started his career as a teaching fellow at Harvard University before becoming a journalist. Then, as a politician, he became Secretary of State for Children, Schools and Families. Since leaving politics, he's been a regular on our television screens. Please join me in saying Gangnam Style. It is, of course, Ed Balls. Ed, how important is it for you to be here tonight?
The thing which you learn as a parent, as a politician, as a Secretary of State, is that every school counts. We've got a winner tonight, but every school makes a difference. Every teacher can transform a child's life. Every child matters as well. And if you have that at the centre of your ethos in education as a school, then you are delivering for the next generation.
Absolutely. If you could make the announcement, Ed.
And the Primary School of the Year making a difference is Benjamin Adlard Primary School from Lincolnshire.
I love coming to school because I get a lot of education, and whenever I do miss a day off school, I do feel really sad because I'm not getting the education.
I say the same, because it's more than education, it's friendship that's missed. At school, there's friendship everywhere.
Benjamin Adlard Primary School in Gainsborough, Lincolnshire, is situated in one of the most deprived areas in the UK. Deemed a failing school for years, things took a turn for the better when a new leadership team was placed at the helm.
When I started at the school in 2015, the school was in special measures. It had got a reputation for underperformance. At the time, the job was advertised and I applied. I was only 27, I was quite naive. I think the lack of experience in the role was a real positive thing for me.
The challenge we had was that the staff didn't really believe that good was possible for them, and so a lot of our work in the early days was finding all of the things that they were doing that we could celebrate and build on.
Pride in their school runs high, and teachers, parents and the community always go the extra mile to help wherever they can, even clearing waste ground behind the school to create a fantastic outdoor classroom.
Some of our children find learning in the classroom really difficult, and we've found that being in the outdoors and taking part in our forest school has allowed pupils that may not have been successful in the classroom to absolutely thrive.
You get to spend time outside and get some fresh air, explore, then building, that's my favourite thing in forest school. So when it rains, we can just simply go and do it.
This is a wonderland for them. It builds their confidence. They're allowed to be children.
Oh, yeah. I think I know where this could go.
They're resilient, the team building, just being out in the fresh air. You can see it on the children's faces. As soon as they step through the forest school gates, they light up. It's amazing.
When I was at my old school, I used to hate school. I used to throw chairs about. I even used to threaten teachers, but now that's all gone. The school's made me happy because they are really kind, and yeah, I love it.
Relationships are the driving point for everything that we do.
I'll come and have a look at that, actually. Are the chickens all sorted, Phoebe?
It's about those smiles in the corridor. It's about saying hello to those pupils the minute they walk through the door, providing them with breakfast, you know, taking care of them, looking after them.
Good morning.
In the future, I think this is going to be the best school that's ever been built on land since ages. I agree with Dan, but if it doesn't, it probably will though. But if it doesn't, then I don't know.
Congratulations, the whole school. Oh, there's not a dry eye in the house. Well deserved. It looks like the coolest school. What's it like working there?
Amazing. We've got an amazing team, and they've been incredible. And the journey the school's been on over the last few years is just been wonderful for our whole entire community. And that's the thing for our school. It's not just about us. It's about parents. It's the pupils, and it's about providing everything that our community needs in order for the community to flourish as well. And you know, parents have been wonderful with us. They've supported the journey. Children are on board, as you can see with Dan and Keegan. And you know, when we won the silver award, they thought they'd won the World Cup. So who knows what will kick off now?
Those two need a TV show of their own.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's well deserved. Congratulations to all of you, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
You're inspiring. Thank you. Now, our next award goes to the Further Education Team of the Year, and to present the award, someone whose passion for science is infectious. A regular on our television screens, she was most recently seen presenting the powerful documentary Drowning in Plastic. It is, of course, the brilliant Liz Bonin. You are a very important role model on our screens, I think, especially for young women, because, I mean, it's getting better, but not enough are going into STEM subjects, into sciences, technology, maths and engineering. So what would you say to anyone who thinks they're not quite good enough?
Well, first of all, there's a massive shortfall of STEM graduates, both girls and boys. And our role as communicators is to encourage both sexes to love the subjects. What's interesting is, at a young age, girls happen to be better at physics and maths than boys. So for us, it's about maintaining that inherent curiosity that all young children have, and working with teachers and schools to do that in the best way we possibly can. When I give talks at schools, I also love to support the fact that science is, for me, more than a subject. It's about learning about the world around you. So once you know about the world around you, you can't help but feel inspired and in awe of the natural world. And even if you don't end up doing science in secondary education or as a career, that sets you up for life. So I love to encourage that aspect of it from a very young age as well.
Very well said, Liz. If you could announce the winner, please.
So the further education team of the year is Essential Skills Team, Belfast Metropolitan College.
Belfast Met is the largest further and higher education institute in Northern Ireland. Each year, 26,000 students enrol here, and for many, their first challenge is to gain their essential skills: maths, English, and interactive computer technology. The college has gone from bottom of the further education sector in Northern Ireland to the top in 5 years, and the Essential Skills team has been at the heart of the transformation.
We set out on a journey to reach top of the sector. Our guiding principle in all of that, and it still continues to be, what is the best for the learner.
We're working with 50% of the most deprived areas in Northern Ireland. So we do have a diversity of client coming into us, from our 16 to 19-year-olds to our adults who maybe have been out of education and they're wanting to change their lives.
I was made redundant and I was finding it really difficult to get back into the line of work. The only alternative was to come back to college and get the qualifications that I was lacking. The team were so supportive, they were so intuitive. They always had the time inside of college and outside of college. They were just outstanding.
As well as its 3 main campuses, the Essential Skills team also runs courses in 30 or so community centres to ensure the widest possible access to education.
If you've been away from education for a long time, if you haven't engaged with education, if you maybe have mobility problems, or if you psychologically fear walking into an academic establishment, then the community classroom is the best place you can come to. We have a very unique situation in Northern Ireland. We have got people from all parts of the community, from a loyalist perspective, from a national perspective, and they feel more comfortable within their own areas.
Around 5% of the students on the course have a learning disability. To make sure that the course is fully accessible, the Essential Skills team work hand in hand with the supported learning team.
If I was stuck on a problem, they're always there to go to talk to, and they can actually break it down and show me what I have to do and make sure I'm going the right way about it.
They are a creative, dynamic and innovative team, and a team who always have the needs of the students at the centre of everything that they do. So it's a pleasure to work with them.
There is no typical student. We go from people who have never got qualification in their life to young people who desperately need the equivalent of a GCSE English in order to get on to the next stage. For example, I had a lovely young student a few years ago who worked in a creche. That was going nowhere for her career-wise. She did Essential Skills English. She went on to do an access course. She met me a couple of weeks ago and said, Caroline, I'm off to uni to do a degree in social work. And for me, that made my day. You know, I'd nearly do the job for no money at all, just to hear that from one student. But don't tell the college that in case they decide to take me up on my offer.
Well done, congratulations. Gather round, gather round. Now, how does this achievement feel?
We're just absolutely thrilled. We just didn't, even to get to the judging stage when Justin and Raza came over, we were so proud to get to that stage to just celebrate what we had done. So to get to this is just beyond anything that we would even have thought would have happened. So we're absolutely thrilled.
And what is it that makes it such a special place for you?
Getting to do what you love day and daily with people that you really respect and making a difference for the learner.
Wonderful. Congratulations, all of you. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next award is for Head Teacher of the Year in a primary school, and to say that he's quite a character is a bit of an understatement. Not content with looking after one school, he has 2 under his supervision. We sent actor and reigning Strictly Come Dancing champion Joe McFadden along to surprise him.
I am at Gold Beaters Primary School in the Burnt Oak area of North London. Now, the head teacher here has no idea that I'm about to interrupt his assembly to present him with this gold award. Let's see why he deserves it. Chris Flathers is the head teacher of the Gold Beaters and Orion Primary Schools in Burnt Oak and Graham Park, North London.
Smiles.
Chris has a very flamboyant style. By creating an environment that is so stimulating and so engaging, the children just raise their game.
Mr. Flowers is always smiling, and he comes to every class and he makes things funny.
Hi guys. I work very hard to create an environment which the children love, really love.
He makes learning fun and he puts in lots of actions.
My favourite one happened last year. It was I can, we can. He is the most innovative person in education I genuinely think I've ever met in my life.
Orion and Goldbeater schools regularly come together for events on the school field.
He's always about bringing positivity. It's almost like you don't even know you're working.
He's happy and he smiles all the time.
Hi everyone! I try to be as full of energy as I can be in the school day. Enthusiasm and energy is the way to drive everything that goes on here.
Every time they see him, they light up. You see that the love they have for him, and it's because all the support that he's been giving to them.
He's like really happy.
He's got an incredibly infectious enthusiasm.
My name is Archie.
On Fridays, assemblies in both schools celebrate the Star Achievers of the Week.
He makes school feel like home and everyone else feel like family.
What a confident kid.
He just believes anything is possible, and he instills that into the staff, and he makes the children believe it, and because of that they become hard-working, they have really, really high aspirations for themselves. They're like, I can.
What I'm about is engaging children in learning, acceleration, enthusiasm, energy. It's all of that rolled into one, being so excited about learning. You don't notice you learn, you love it so much, and I hope that when the children become much older and go ahead with their lives and their jobs, that they have that intrinsically inside them. Inside them is something which says, I'm excited about learning and doing good things and changing the world, and that's what drives me. Totally believe that. Just a quick then. Blah, blah, blah.
You'll hear me. So I'm really sorry to interrupt your assembly today, but it gives me great pleasure to announce that Mr. Chris Flathers, you are the winner of the Gold Award for Best Head Teacher in a primary school. Yay! That's for you.
Head Teacher of the Year in a primary school, Mr. Chris Flathers. And look, he's celebrating with the school. Chris, you're meant to be talking to me. I've got the award. Look, you don't seem like a man who's normally lost for words, but when Joe McFadden walked in, you were, weren't you?
I was a little
Tell
bit
me how you felt.
Yeah. Out of this world, really. I was trying to conduct an assembly and get all that energy going, as you saw, and suddenly a celebrity walks through the door. What do you do? But no, it's been such a privilege to have that honour. I've been a head teacher a long time now, and really I want to dedicate the award to the community of Graham Park and Burnt Oak. And I think children should be mentioned at this point. They're so resilient, they're so full of life and energetic, and today's child is the best child in the world. And the staff that I work with and the team I work with, they change lives. Best in the world. They're just the best.
Well, you are the best. I've got the award for you. Round of applause for Mr. Flathers.
Now, we are fast approaching the end of this 20th anniversary edition of the Pearson Teaching Awards. But before we find out who's won the final award of the evening, we have a musical treat for you all. Now, as teachers, you know better than anyone how important it is for schools to encourage inclusivity. So this will really resonate with all of you. Since it opened in November last year, Everybody's Talking About Jamie has taken the West End by storm. Based on a real-life story, it follows the journey of schoolboy Jamie New as he decides to reject the advice of his careers teacher and follow his dream of becoming a drag queen. With his best friend Priti at his side, with words of encouragement, anything is possible. This is Jamie, Priti and friends with the song Spotlight.
Put these on.
You what?
Put these on.
Well, I can't, not in public.
Jamie, stop waiting for permission to be you. Wear these to prom.
With me talks?
No, with a dress. 'Cause the party's just starting and you don't want to miss it. The party's just starting, almost so close you can kiss it. Don't wait for tomorrow, be happy today. And all of those stupid people, who cares what they say? I know it's not easy, but I know you're strong. And I know that somewhere they're playing your song. Out of the darkness, into the spotlight. Everyone's waiting daily in a place where you belong. And somewhere's a party that can't stop without you. Somewhere the DJ is playing your song. All eyes on me when the lights are going down. All eyes on me when the crowds are showing up. All eyes on me 'cause tonight's going down. All eyes on me. Hey, can you hear them? That's your audience waiting. There'll be queues round the theater for all the shows you create. And maybe there'll be curtains holding velvet maroons. And maybe there'll be ice cream in a tiny tub with a built-in spoon. Out of the darkness, into the spotlight. Everyone's waiting daily, 'cause that's where you belong. And somewhere's a party that can't stop without you. Somewhere the DJ is playing your Party's just starting. You did it!
I did, and I'm wearing these to prom. Out of the darkness, into the spotlight. A teenage sensation is coming.
The new star of the show.
Give me the encore, the standing ovation. Then watch me go. Jamie knew the boy so nice, he came out twice.
What an amazing performance. Now, John, the show is celebrating differences, inclusivity. What sort of impact do you think it has?
I think it's had a huge impact. We have such a diverse cast, but we also have such a diverse audience. People of all colours, ages, sexualities, and I don't think there's anybody that the message doesn't apply to, which is the most lovely thing about our show, I think.
Now, Lucy, everybody needs a friend like Priti. It must be a dream to play that role.
Yeah, she's... and you don't see many characters like her in terms of
a British schoolgirl who's just happens to be Muslim. You don't see many characters like that. And I'd love that, you know, we open our story in a classroom, and it's very much Britain today in terms of all the colours and all the diversity you see. But yeah, she's lovely to play. Dream come true.
Ladies and gentlemen, John and Lucy and the cast of Everybody's Talking About Jamie.
And so we come to the final award of the evening, Secondary School of the Year Making a Difference Award. For the winner, this is a real testament to the culture that they nurture within their school. And to present the award is a former teacher who left the profession to become an author. He's written extensively for children, and his novel Warhorse was adapted into a hugely successful stage play and later a film directed by Steven Spielberg. He's been president of the Teaching Awards Trust for the past 2 years. It is a great honour for me to welcome Michael Milpergo.
Good evening, all of you. I've been sitting on a table this evening with history. Alongside me was David Putnam, who began all this, and the wonderful Shirley Williams. These are two people who have had education of our children in their hearts, and they've made things happen. These awards are here because of them. And I've heard it often today, people coming up here to receive their award. Many have said how the children have inspired them. Every single child has a sort of genius in there. And your job, my job, is to tease that out, to somehow give it life, to shine a light on it. And that's what you people do every day of your life. So I wanted to thank you all. The Secondary School of the Year Making a Difference is Joe Richardson Community School.
Joe Richardson Community School is a comprehensive school in Dagenham, East London. Established in 2002, it moved into its new purpose-built home in 2005 and is at the heart of the local community.
Community has got to mean more than just having it in your title. It's got to mean that actually you are open to everybody. You have an open door policy which allows people to not only share your resources but also sort of celebrate the success of the students who are in the school as well.
It's a calm environment. I think when you walk around Joe Richardson, you can feel that calmness. It's friendly. I like to think we're an open and friendly school. It's great fun to work here.
The ethos here, it's run through since I was in Year 7. It's this idea of working hard, doing your absolute best, not necessarily in an academic way, in everything that you do.
From the beginning, the leadership team knew the qualities they wanted to instill in their students.
The Achieve agenda is a single word with 7 letters, and each one of those letters is a quality we want our young people to leave the school with. And for me, the bottom one, which is the E, is the established resilience. And for me, that's the most important one, because that's about finding a way forward and finding a way round, making sure that you've got the strength of mind to not give up when things get tough.
Pick up your chair, you're going to walk forward, you're going to say your name, and you're going to place your issue in the centre of the room, your issue being a chair, and we create this huge bonfire, OK?
In the school's student voice group, pupils are encouraged to speak up about the issues that matter to them.
Charlie, stereotypes.
Every student has the most incredible ability. We just have to find that, and I think that's what our school does really well, is we find that thing that they are passionate about, and when you've got a student that's passionate about something, everything falls into place.
No matter what you do, even if it's not to do with academics, it's not always about your exams, your grades. As long as you as a person are working hard, trying to improve yourself, trying to be a good person, you'll go far in whatever you want to do.
The challenge as a head teacher is to produce results. But also, for me, it's also important that we are producing well-rounded young people. It's inclusive social mobility because everybody has access to it. And that's what we pride ourselves in, everybody having access into the opportunities and the adventures that they can take part in at Joe Richardson.
And you might also have some of these. So this is what's called a dry bag.
It's a school where we give opportunity. We make sure that students leave here having had a multitude of opportunities.
Your school should be like your second home. You should feel supported and loved in your school. And Joe Richardson is that for me. It is my second home.
I'm incredibly proud of the school. We're here to make a difference, and I know that Joe Richardson has made a difference to a huge number of lives.
Abigail, step forward. Now, this is Abigail, former pupil who nominated the school. What was it about the school that made you want to nominate it?
The main thing is the passion and the drive of every single teacher in that school. It's not just an exam factory. You don't just care about the grades if you go to Joe Richardson. You care about creating a whole person, a human being. And it's so evident in every single teacher that they care about that.
How wonderfully said. How much sweeter does it feel to win this award because you were nominated by a pupil?
It's fantastic. It's just an amazing feeling. We're a relatively new school. We're only 16 years old, and this is a landmark, and an absolute landmark. But it's been a pleasure tonight to listen and hear the stories of so many schools across the country doing such an incredible job with young people. And to work with these people as well, because they are absolutely fantastic. On a day-to-day basis, people have talked about wanting to come to work. We want to come to work because we're all focusing on the same thing. We want the very best for our young people.
Oh, congratulations to all of you. Well deserved. Joe Richardson, thank you. Thank you.
Other awards also presented this evening.
The award for Outstanding Use of Technology in Education goes to Jamie Frost from the Tiffin School in Kingston.
It's just such an honour to win this. I'm really absolutely delighted.
The Teaching Assistant of the Year goes to James Pointer from Clacton County High School.
What makes you enjoy your profession so much?
Working with the students and working with the staff are amazing.
The Further Education Lecturer of the Year is Jonathan Wharton.
Students love performances, so just try and attach a performance to absolutely everything you do, and they will enjoy it.
Teacher of the Year in a primary school.
Andy Sylvester from Crowmars, Gifford, Church of England Primary School.
This is an award that's born from lovely people that we've taught over the years, getting together to say lovely things, and I just think that makes it a really lovely award, doesn't it?
The Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Janice Purdin, Moorside Primary School, Leyland.
Can I just thank everybody who nominated me, and now I know this, I can enjoy the rest of the evening, and so can you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to all our nominees and winners in this, the 20th anniversary year.
Yes, it's been inspiring to hear about some truly amazing people who really do change people's lives on a daily basis. Our thanks go to them for all the work that they do throughout the year.
Yeah, it's been an honour to be your host. So from both of us, good night.
Good night.